All right, we are back. Episode 21. What is so goddamn funny, Cole?
I can't hear the intro, so it's funny to me now.
You gotta imagine it.
Yeah. Cole decided to go no headphones today, so that's where we're at. But let's start this off. Inaugural cheers, boys.
Cheers. I thought you guys touched the wood too.
You got to.
You have to.
My wife says she doesn't like the awkward silence when we do the inaugural cheers.
She wants to screaming.
Honey on the wood is good.
We're going to have maybe like emojis.
We got
pop up
sound
or something.
effects. We can do that next time.
Is it like Zoom?
An
You can put
applause?
a thumbs up. And
Yeah.
just pop up.
That'd be good.
Should we try it again?
Add that in, yeah.
Let's try it. Let's
more.
just see what this would look
Inaugural
like.
cheers.
Inaugural cheers. All right.
I like
Let's
that
not
one a
do
little
that.
better. Yeah.
That was good.
Could you
That was
hear it?
good. Yeah, that was good.
I like
Yeah,
that.
that's pretty good.
I like that. I like that. I like that. I like that a lot.
The people were happy, man. It seems like it. Anyways, here we are, episode 21. Our new guest, Loren,
Yeah.
from For the Love of Dough.
Yes, sir.
You want to start it off telling us a little bit about you and how you got your business started?
Yeah, absolutely, man. First off, thanks for having me. I know I probably said it a couple of times, but super excited, man. Proud of what you guys are doing, and the burgers taste phenomenal. I'm sure that the DoorDash driver who stole mine and enjoyed his.
He'll be back.
Enjoyed his just as much as mine. No, but again, my name is Loren Snow, CEO of For the Love of Dough. We started about 4 years ago inside my apartment, and so the brick and mortar that people are coming to now just opened August 16th, which is very exciting for us, especially me, because I can go home and not have like chocolate chips on the floor and Oreos and
Flour everywhere.
Yeah, oh my goodness, you have no idea. It's still unbelievable sometimes, but that's how we started, honestly. And like most small businesses here in Columbus, food-wise, it was over quarantine. And so we couldn't go out to the bars. And what we would do instead of going out to the bars, two of my close friends, we would kind of pool our money together and go to Kroger when you could actually go. You guys remember they had like the limited hours per day you could grocery shop. And so we would just pool our money together and make food on the weekends. And so one day we really wanted dessert. I love sweets, obviously. And I wanted to make a brownie. But I absolutely am terrible at making brownies. I still try to this day. I don't just know what it is. And it turned out like crap. And so the next morning, I was still craving sweets and I wanted a cookie. And so we took the Oreo peanut butter chip brownie that was like an F- and we turned it into a cookie that actually tasted pretty good. And from that moment, honestly, just my close friends kept asking for the cookies, and just me being in sales naturally for my full-time gig, just wanted to kind of expand on that, especially just with my passion for kind of cooking and making good food.
Hell yeah. Honestly, that sounds a lot like our kind of journey. It was like we were just making these burgers in the garage. We had another full-time job at the time, and we're just like, no one else is doing it like this. Why don't we... Because we didn't like our jobs at the time. It's a whole other thing. But we were like, why don't we just quit our jobs and start a food truck? And so we did. And we started selling them. People liked them. And here we are. Very, very similar.
No, it's crazy how like those predicaments put you in that type of situation to where like you can have like a come to earth moment. Like, why don't we just like actually pursue this full time? And it obviously was a good move for you guys.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things that like we are constantly going back to in the whole like entrepreneur spirit that everybody has. You know, it's like you just have to jump off the cliff and go for it. You know, and if you have something that you believe in, and if your friends and family, unless they're lying to you, if they're like, hey, this is good, you know, and you're willing to jump all in and go for it, sometimes you just got to.
Right. There's no like correct time. There's no like, oh, well, I would do it if this and this were the circumstances. But
I mean, you're right. And I think it's always going to be scary too. Like, I think that's one of the most difficult things. Like I say the hardest part about doing anything is actually like just getting started, right? It's just the thought is easy, but actually like starting it, that was kind of the tough part, right? And like, how do you actually get your brand out there? How do you expand in the market? Like, you can have an idea of what you want to achieve, but like taking those steps, and it's scary, but when you do it, it's almost kind of like freeing. You're like, we should have done this a long time ago.
So how did you get from starting at your place to where you are now? Okay, can you run us through like the background of all that?
Yeah, honestly, man, it was a super long journey. I mean, we've been everywhere across Columbus. I mean, Taco Fest to the Food Truck Fest to farmers markets. And so really how we started to expand in Columbus is we used to partner with a local bar called Julep, RIP. They're no longer there on High Street, but it was in the fireproof building where I had my apartment. And really what we wanted to do is they had an outside patio and it was kind of always crowded outside. And what we do is create what we call like good vibes, right? Like we say, come for the cookies, stay for the vibes. We want people to have a good time. Anyone can sell anything and make a transaction, but like, what are you doing afterwards to retain the customers? And so before we really introduce ourselves to the farmers markets, we were partnering with Julep, and we would go outside somewhere between 9 and 10 p.m., maybe till 1 or 2 in the morning, but really capture that like late night crowd, because a lot of the time, especially when I'm having a good time on the weekend at night, not all the time do I want like something savory or food. I actually want like dessert or sweets. And so that's how we kind of came up with our slogan, Cookies Cure Hangovers, because we really would just be outside with a large speaker, cornhole boards on High Street, selling cookies at night to people walking by. And so the demand kind of grew.
Well, you guys created the demand.
Yeah. And I think people were just having fun, right? Like walking by, hearing music that you like and just dancing, and you might already be kind of a little drunk, and then you're eating a cookie too, and it's just like feel good food. It's almost like a drug, right? Like you enjoy it a lot. Mm-hmm. And then also it's the environment that kind of creates, the enjoyment of the product. And so that's what we wanted to focus on. And then one day, my co-partner was actually getting his car fixed in Dublin. And so we went to the Bridge Park area to kind of have breakfast. And that's the first time that we actually found out there were like farmers markets, because I had no idea. And so I think that's really what helped us out so much, was the Dublin farmers market and kind of like introducing our product to the consumer at a mass level, not just, people having fun on the weekends, but everybody. And so we started with the Dublin market. And from then, honestly, we just were applying every single place that we could, but trying to retain like the quality of our product at the same time,
you can't
and
go
like
too fast.
Our brand uniqueness. And so we really just took that step, applied to farmers markets, really got involved with like local community market holders like Night Mama's Craft Market, Food Truck Fest, Coffee Fest, anywhere that we could get in and try to grow our presence. And so we were doing that for 3.5 years out of my apartment before we even got the opportunity to kind of have a conversation about a brick and mortar.
Wow.
Yeah, it's we kind of started similar, where we jumped into the food truck. I mean, we came from no background or anything on this, going into the restaurant. So we were like, we wanted to start as small and cheap as possible. It wouldn't have really worked for us to do like a Blackstone at a farmer's market, but like the food truck was kind of like the next best option, where we could start small, start in a food truck and go kind of prove our concept and show that it works. But from the beginning, we always had our eyes set on like one restaurant leading into multiple restaurants. Did you kind of have the same thing when you got started of, wanting to build some sort of an empire, or where did you see yourself going from the beginning when this thing started taking off?
Yeah, no. And honestly, it all started from, I took a trip maybe 6 or 7 years ago to see one of my close friends in Dallas, Texas. And I walked into this cafe, and it's open from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. Monday through Thursday. And then on Fridays and Saturdays, they open back up from 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. And they do like live music, they do exquisite meals and jazz. And I'm like, this is an interesting concept, because at my heart, I really do like to cook food more than I love to bake sweet goods. But I know the energy it takes to kind of take that project on is something that I just truly don't have time for right now, which is kind of how I admire you guys as well. The small menu with just fantastic tasting items. And so really what we have in mind is not necessarily growing an empire, but we do want to have multiple locations while maintaining our identity. And so I bring up the Dallas story because what we really want to do is potentially open up 3 to 4 locations here in Columbus, with one of the locations having kind of like a speakeasy jazz bar vibe in the back. And I think that would help supplement kind of the vibe that we want to bring to Columbus, Ohio, and where we may go next is, come for the cookies, stay for the vibes. Like, I love those speakeasy concepts to where you can just enjoy a nice cocktail, listen to some good jazz. And I think that's what we have our mindset on, is kind of growing slow and strategically. Not a lot of locations, but few locations that have the same feel as our first brick and mortar. I think that's what's important to us.
Yeah, a lot of people are still to this day very concerned about us. They come into our restaurant and they're like the restaurant will be full, everybody leaves, and then we'll get one person that comes in and it's empty. And they're like,
slow day.
Bro, it's a slow day for you guys, huh? And we're like, no. You should have seen it 10 minutes ago. It's packed. Trust me, it's packed. And I know they all think we're lying, but we're like, it was literally packed. And we just did like a huge rush of online orders.
Oh yeah.
And they're like, oh,
you're
okay,
lying.
okay. Yeah, but no, we get people that are constantly trying to. They're concerned about us, and like because of our location. You've seen our location. It's tough with the construction and everything. But that's one thing. Like for us and for our business, it was exactly what we needed to start. Like if we would have started in Bridge Park or High Street or somewhere poppin', I don't know that our business would be around, because we weren't ready. As such a new restaurant, we weren't ready to take on a huge rush constantly every day. And so it's like we would have solved the problems and figured it out, but chances of like getting bad reviews, our consistency dropping,
Right.
Yeah.
Employees flaking out, and then, it would have been absolute chaos if we were somewhere where it was slammed. And so starting small, which kind of like strategically worked really well for us, starting in a very small spot and being able to grow that spot with, 0 foot traffic is probably arguably the
One
worst
of the worst
location.
There's a reason there's no other restaurants on Front
Now,
Street right now.
I could not find a place to park.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Now I was dedicated and committed to get my burgers for my team and for me. But no, I mean, I understand, but you also have to take pride in that, right? Like,
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
I don't care how long it took me to find a spot. I'm still going to walk in and I'm going to order that food. And it has to be an amazing feeling that you guys are growing increasingly and people are still coming in. And
People are
also
still finding us.
Yeah, and there's 2 things I tell our customers when they come in for the first time. I'm like, 1, we can't have good burgers and be easy to find. It's one or the other, and we chose good burgers. It's like we would rather the quality over the location. And I don't even remember what the other thing I was going to say is. But,
No, but they just say, you only got.
they
only got to find it once.
Yeah. The other thing is, that's the other thing I tell people all the time. It's like, it's only hard to find the first time.
absolutely.
You're going to come back next time. You're going to know exactly where to go. And so it's one time that's tough. Thanks for the save on that, Adam. 'Cause I could have been here for 20 minutes trying to figure that out.
Trying to remember what. No, but like that's the thing too. It's just when you develop that like brand and that identity, it's like no matter what, people are going to be dedicated to that brand and identity. And it's still crazy to this day to where like we ask every single person, have you been here before? And it still like blows my mind when people are like, yeah, I'm here all the time. I'm like, oh, really? Like, well, welcome back.
Right.
So absolutely agree, man. And it just goes to say like how well that you guys are doing right now.
Yeah, one of the things we always try to do is like it's typically Cole and I that are always running the front.
Yeah.
We have one other guy that does it part-time, but one of us is typically up there as well. So all of our return customers, we get a ton of them. We try to remember at least faces. Names are pretty hard.
Yeah.
You get so many in it. But it's got to the point where I've like remembered somebody's name and they're like, ooh, like, don't remember my name. That means I'm here too much.
Yeah.
Just say, hey. But I'm like, what's up, Andy? Or whatever.
Oh, well, I mean, we get people that come in 3 days in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Burger. When they're like, oh, they hang out. We just talk about it. Like
That was me this weekend, by the way.
Hey?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. That's what we're talking about, starting a Burgers Anonymous group. I think we talked about this with Jordan. We'd do like a Burgers Anonymous. It would kind of be a backwards meeting where it's like we supply with burgers. We do like
taste test.
Yeah.
I love that idea.
Come in for like a discount burger. We know you're addicted. It's fine. We're addicted too. That's what I tell people that all the time though when they're like, these things good? I'm like, bro, we started this business a year and a half ago. I've been eating 1 to 2 a day since, and I ain't stopping anytime soon.
No, man. I mean, it's a great product, and two, like one of the things that makes me happy, man, is like we'll have people that will come up and like, we've been following you guys since you've been on High Street, and I'm just like, you've actually been eating our cookies for like 4 years, and just to kind of think about like the progression of like just the 2 ovens I was using, and then now we're in the brick and mortar, and so like. When we first started at the Dublin Market, we were probably selling about 400 to 500 cookies a week in there. And in my oven, you can only bake 60 cookies in an hour. And I still have a full-time job that's remote, right? And so like I'm literally on Zoom meetings, cut my camera off, run into the oven, pulling out 20 cookies, put 20 cookies back in the oven for like hours and hours a day. And now we can make 200 cookies in 20 minutes. It's just like, you've been with us from the beginning, and to know that like the quality hasn't changed, it's something that means a lot to us. And I'm sure you guys probably feel the same way, going from a food truck to where like it was a major curve for us to learn how to operate a brick and mortar opposed from just markets on the weekend. Like we're open 7 days a week, and we need cookies to be fresh every day. We're not just baking from Thursday to Friday night anymore.
Yeah.
So what do you think, what was your growth from where you were in the market? You don't have to say exact numbers, but from markets to like a day, like a common day now.
Like a volume amount of cookies that we sell, I would say, I mean,
even give like a percentage that like of growth.
We went from probably selling about 400 to 500 cookies a weekend to now we probably run through about 2,000, 3,000 cookies a week. And it's a process, right? It's what we really do now more than ever is we really try to make our dough fresh every single week. And so just finding that, like what I say, a system, right? Like I think that we have a system, not necessarily a business, because it's like automated.
Right.
Go in, make dough, ball up, bake it. But one of the things that is challenging is we do have so many flavors to where like we pride ourselves on Thursday through Sunday having about 16 flavors. And so trying to keep up with the demand, and like we feel bad when people walk up and like they want like a Mexican hot chocolate cookie, and we're just like, we don't have that. But then I'm like, there's 15 other flavors I think you'll like though, I promise. Like so it's just kind of finding that balance. But we probably went from 500 a week to about 2,000 a week now.
Yeah, and I think that's where we kind of stuck to our guns on our OG menu from the food truck. Like we added the All-American, which was a burger of the week, just because like if you're going to be a burger restaurant, you have to have vegetables. You know, in the food truck, we could kind of skirt around the issue, but in the restaurant, we're like, you have to have a burger that's got all like deluxe style, you know, all the veggies on it. And so we were willing to add that to our menu full time, which it's a lot easier to do in the restaurant, you know, having a full kitchen than being in the food truck, you know, with limited prep space, limited storage space, you know, and trying to like crank through orders with literally him and I in a line of 30 people. And like the biggest issue with like an All-American is the more toppings that are on it, it's the more requests that you get for alterations.
You got 5 All-Americans, you know, on one ticket.
Where
every
it's
single
like,
one of them is different.
For like a cookie, nobody's asking you to make the Oreo cookie without the Oreo. It's like it's already done. They're just grabbing. You know, they're gonna get it or they're not gonna get it.
Like I'm sorry. Like you getting what you get, man.
Right. It's already done. It's made. But you know, for us, it's like the All-American. We'll get an order of like 6 All-Americans. Each one has a different vegetable that's not on it, and so then it's like. It creates a different realm of like chaos in the kitchen because you're trying to make sure every single burger that goes out is the right one on the ticket, and you know
you got to write it on the bag as well and hope that it doesn't get mixed up because
we'll label them with a Sharpie on like the outside, like on the wrapper, just so it's like, or even sometimes when they're all special, we'll write on the ticket, we'll write number 1, number 2, number 3, and then on each individual sandwich we'll write number 1, number 2, number 3.
And those grilled onions, my guy, fantastic.
Yeah, we went through many phases of our grilled onions.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen much smash burger reels on like Instagram and all that, but like the common thing is like the Oklahoma onion style where they put like really thin cut raw onions on there and they smash it with the burger. That's
Like smash
you ever
the
seen
burger
that?
into it.
I have not. No.
Yeah, that's like very popular. They call it like Oklahoma onion style, and they just put a pile of raw onions on top of the meatball, and then you just smash it into the griddle.
Okay.
And it works. It's fine. We tried it,
I wouldn't recommend that.
but well, the issue is it's like part of the onion's burnt, part of it's raw.
Yeah.
And there's a portion of it that's cooked pretty good, you know, and it's like you get just very like a huge variation of like the way the onion's cooked, right? And so we did that for a while in the food truck, and we're like, this ain't working. And then did we go straight to the?
No, then we started cooking them separately and adding them on top.
I forgot about that.
But then we ran into other issues with that and like how to store it on the food truck. So we're like, yeah, this isn't working. And then we went to the diced option where we griddle them, reheat them.
Yeah.
Which is what we do today.
And diced is the best because you get like a little bit of crunch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like the inside's still like that raw crunch of a good onion, but then the outside's still like caramelized.
So yeah.
No, it's
And
fantastic.
I'm sorry, I'm totally the all-American guy that took the red onions off and put the grilled onions on.
Oh, we know.
Totally
you
get
can
it.
do
We
that.
know exactly what you did.
That was me.
And we told the DoorDash driver you can steal this one.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
wow.
Too many alterations.
I bet he enjoyed that. He enjoyed that.
Do you guys are you guys on the apps or anything like that?
Yeah, so we are. We're on DoorDash, we're on Uber Eats, we're on Grubhub. So just those three right now. And we get a lot of orders, honestly.
Now, how do you have to order on the app? Is it like individual cookies, or do you have to buy like six, like a pack of six or something like that?
You can buy an individual cookie. We do our singles, we do our 3-pack, 6-pack, 13 packs, and 26 packs. Ooh. So like in our dozen, we do a baker dozen. Yeah. So they get an extra cookie. Same thing with a 26 pack. But I think that's helping us as well. Just having that delivery option.
Well, right. And it shows, get your visibility so much further
Absolutely.
than someone actually coming to the brick and mortar.
No, and like that's what we like. I mean, because for instance, I DoorDash you guys on Sunday, right? Like I spend an insane amount of money on DoorDash. So like I know that it's worth it to be on there. You just have to find a way to like ensure freshness of the product when it gets to the consumer. The only thing that like I've always been afraid about, and like it just happened to my order with you guys, right? Is like I don't want the consumer to base their experience of our company off of the driver that's delivering their food.
Yeah.
Which it happens, right? It absolutely does. And that was, I think, why it took us so long to get on those apps, is because we didn't want like a negative conception of like our company based off of someone taking a cookie out and putting the seal back on. Like, hey, they just gave you a cookie short.
Yeah.
That's like we have a lot of drivers that like they say they're on the way and the food's sitting there for like 45 minutes. The person's calling. They're saying, "Where's the driver?" You can't do anything about
No,
that.
the driver will say they're there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'm here.
That they're
the food's
waiting on
not
the
ready.
order.
It's like,
No.
dude, the food's been here for 15 minutes. Where are you?
Right. But then all of our negative feedback on the apps is only because of the drivers. It's like, food was great. Driver sucked. 1 out of 5. Like,
yeah.
Come on.
It's a tough battle to win.
Yeah.
It is.
But like you said, with our location, it's like we've had to focus on that kind of aspect of the business. And we know, like, I've had our burgers like 2 hours after they've been in like a burger wrap sitting there. I'm like, still good.
It's still fire. I ate my burger like an hour or two after I got it on Saturday. Like, we were slammed when we went back. I still ate it, and it was fantastic.
What'd you get? Or what was it, the pizza burger?
I got the classic with grilled onions, just straight up.
It holds up.
Meat, cheese, and onions. That's all I need. Like,
that one holds up well. The All-American, after an hour or two, like the veggies just get warm.
It's the veggies.
Nobody wants warm veggies. But
I had like a 4-hour-old All-American the other day, last 2 Sundays ago.
Yeah, I've had several.
There's nothing wrong with that.
It's not bad.
There's nothing wrong with that.
They're still good.
Yeah.
I gotta bring you guys like an ice cream sandwich that we make. Have you guys seen the ice cream sandwiches we make?
I've seen a few on the Instagram and stuff.
They are massive. Like
Do you have your own like ice cream maker?
So we partner with Johnson's.
Okay.
Honestly, ice cream is my favorite dessert. Ice cream, donuts, and brownies, and then it's cookies. I'm just really good at making cookies, but like ice cream, and I'm lactose, so like I'm gonna suffer the next day. But you know, it's absolutely worth it. Mint chocolate chip, black raspberry chip. Oh my! And we make the bombest milkshakes, man. Like I got the idea from have you guys been to Giordano's? No, Portobello's, I think, in Chicago. Porcello's in Chicago. And so they have like a chocolate cake shake to where they have a milkshake where you can put a piece of cake in the shake.
So it's like a blizzard.
Kind of, but like
we're gonna need to take a break.
Right, it's not. That's
I'm
just
sweating.
Cut that.
That's disrespectful. It's kind of like a blizzard, but you know, like when you go to the birthday parties as a kid, the best part of the ice cream and the cake was like when that cake got in the ice cream, bro. They took it to the whole next level. They don't put the whole piece of cake in the milkshake, and so like what we do now is we'll put a cookie in a milkshake, and like when we do our pumpkin snickerdoodle, that's one of my favorite cookies that we make, just because like the spices that go into it, when you mix that with like vanilla. It is so good. We put malt powder in there and like vanilla bean paste in every milkshake as well. It is just so good, man. It's kind of hard to be in shape when, and like I'll selfishly and you can come by and like blind camera me. Every milkshake I make a little extra so I can drink some for sure.
Quality, it's just quality control.
Yeah.
Why are you looking at me? Why are you looking at me?
Your R&D tots.
Those tots
I have
are fire.
a theory about this. It's not proven yet. I'm working on getting the stats.
Getting close.
Yeah. There's some studies in some major universities.
The science is
right now.
just almost there.
Yeah, it's cutting edge. No, but for real though, anything that is R&D in the kitchen does not count against your diet or your waistline.
You didn't know
It's
that?
proven true.
Yeah.
I mean,
so that's what we do if it's like I count my calories for the day. People are like, how do you eat so many burgers and stay in like semi-decent shape? I say semi-loosely, but semi-decent shape. But it's because the R&D burgers we eat, like I R&D'd the pizza burger, I think 3 to 4 times last week. But none of those, I mean, that's like 2,000 calories that don't count.
It doesn't count. No.
Oh, the garlic butter tots.
Yeah, we got a guy that comes
yeah.
in. Shout out to the guy who comes in,
James.
He comes in once a week, typically on Sundays. And you didn't even know about this, Adam.
No, what is this?
What is a
busy,
garlic
Adam.
butter tot?
No,
I did not
just
get
wait.
that. I got regular tots.
We got a guy who comes in and he gets our burger of the week in tot format. This
Loaded
is probably
tots.
talking about this on the cast is probably going to screw us because we're going to get a bunch of these orders next
Good
week.
luck.
Good luck, my guy.
Yeah.
So we,
Hell yeah.
good news is there's only 10 people listening to this, so it's not a big deal.
It was like 100 last
I'm gonna
week.
promote it on Instagram, bro.
Yeah.
No way.
So this guy always orders the burger of the week, but he wants it on the loaded tots. So we took the tots, we put them in a separate bowl with garlic butter. We made garlic butter tots for him. Oh, I know.
Look at him.
Oh, dude, it was
sick.
slow. It was slow,
He's
so
sick.
we're like, let's go all out. We did garlic butter tots for him, then mozzarella cheese. We put the Pizza Nerd sauce on top of it with the triple, with mozzarella cheese, more sauce,
The
pepperoni,
triple.
hot honey, and then we hit it with a slight bit of ranch on top of it.
Oh, it looks fantastic.
Did you get the photos? Can I see?
No, I can't show you.
Oh my goodness.
I didn't get
We
a
got-
photo.
we're-
They got photos. They're like,
Gatekeeping.
oh,
They're
damn.
gatekeeping.
Wow.
Bro, it was intense. I was sweating.
Did he enjoy it?
I don't know.
Yeah, he slammed it in like 10 minutes. It was-
Sheesh.
Yeah.
Okay,
Gone.
so
What is
burger
next
of the
up?
week. So guys, if you're listening, burger of the week on tots.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll edit that out.
Yeah. Just so you know, whenever he says something like that,
cut.
I'll edit that.
Oh.
It's definitely making the final cut. It's not.
Absolutely.
Nothing is ever edited.
Yeah, if you hear this sound,
Uh,
that doesn't mean it's getting edited.
Okay,
Just
so,
for fun.
So you
Oh my
heard like
God.
our
One day.
addiction to burgers. Like, how many cookies a week do you eat?
Well, that's
The
a
real facts.
that is a big question. All right, so
You could lie. I mean,
Yeah,
but
no.
over or under 15.
I'll say around 15. Lately, like
What if I would have said over under 20? You just said around
no,
20.
no, no. It's
Wait, you
Over-
talking
like LeBron.
whole cookies?
I knew it was gonna happen. Yeah, because what I'll do, and I think it's not counting. Like your R.
They
Dude,
don't,
I'm telling
they
you,
don't
like,
count.
I'm telling
you.
It doesn't count.
If you only eat a piece of a cookie, are you really eating a
Who's
cookie?
going to eat the rest of it then? You
Right.
can't just
Wait,
waste it.
Obviously, he is, but
Yeah, I mean, and so like
No.
we give samples out for like just to do it anyway. And so like right now I'm addicted to our brown butter oatmeal raisin. I gotta bring you guys to. I would know you would love it. We do a smoked sea salt brown butter chocolate chip with like hickory smoked sea salt. It is fantastic.
Wait, you brought us some kind of salted,
did you
salted
guys
caramel.
Okay. Oh no, that was a brown butter bourbon salted caramel pecan.
Yeah, that
I
was,
feel brutally fat shamed on this episode.
He's like,
Cole.
he's just pointing
he's
right
pointing me
at you,
out like multiple times.
I mean, R&D tots.
Yeah, no, for sure.
No,
It's
he knows
just
what I'm talking about though.
hickory smoked sea salt for sure. And so like what I'll do, man, I'll cut half a sample up and just keep it in the back because like I want to make sure that it's gonna taste well.
It's not because you're hungry.
No, I'm never
or like
hungry.
they even want cookies.
No.
It's just like you got to make sure it's good.
right.
That it's
That's what I'm
100%
saying.
true, man.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
You
telling
have to test the product.
Yeah.
We're all about consistency.
No,
We're all about consistency. And it's like I'm consistently testing our product.
No, the mint cookies and cream right now I can't stay away from. And two, like I'll even eat like half an Oreo too. Like the mint Oreos are fantastic.
Well, you got to make sure that the Oreo company is on track.
Keep
Nabisco. You got to keep Nabisco on their toes, man. You never know. You never
if
know.
they supplied us, something would be wrong with it because half of our supplies come in. fucked up.
I think that brings us to our next question. What cookie do you think would go good as all-American bun?
I was actually thinking about something like that in my head. So, like, you remember the pizza gummy as a kid? Like, we're all the same age almost, right?
Hey,
We eat the
kinda-
burger gummies.
the-
yeah,
we
kind of
got
like the
burger
cheese.
gummies.
Yeah. Oh, you actually got the
you
burger
can pull that up.
gummies.
Yeah,
Right there.
Right.
there it is. Right there.
It might end up over here, but I'm gonna throw an edit in with it.
Honestly, I would go the hickory smoked sea salt chocolate chip. I mean, because take the smoked element. So, two on top of that, we order we get it from Amazon. I don't care, but I put that in my eggs in the morning, like the smoked sea salt. It just changes the entire dynamic of like food. So I would say that,
Smoked sea salt chocolate chip cookie
Or-
smash burger.
All American.
or we do a PB&J cookie,
Ooh,
and you can get really interesting with that.
I have a
Like
friend.
Elvis style.
Yeah, we could put some bananas and bacon on that boy.
Ooh, man, we had to do that
You
for a
did that.
wedding.
Yeah, we did it
Bananas-
for a wedding.
Peanut butter, banana.
How was the feedback on that? I don't think I ever asked.
I don't know.
I don't know if anyone survived.
We could do it like savory though.
R.I.P.
So like we could do a peanut butter base with maybe like a habanero jelly, like a Thai peanut sauce in the cookie. Stuff that bad boy, and then
Stuff it with a beef. Burger stuffed cookies
Ooh.
or cookie stuffed
Smash
burger.
burger.
smash cookies.
Like a Juicy Lucy, but instead of a cheese in the middle, it's just a
A
cookie.
Juicy Lucy? What is that?
That's
You
like a
never heard
burger
of
that's
Ju-
stuffed with cheese
Yeah, it's just like
You could
They
eat
form the patty with the cheese.
inside of it, and then it's just
They call it.
molten
I mean, I've
stuff.
seen that,
Juicy
but I didn't know it's
Lucy.
called a Juicy Lucy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I learned so much on my own podcast.
Yeah, this week we're
might not be PC, but it's definitely a juicy
Yeah.
Lucy.
stuffing our burgers with Oreo cookies.
I did that with hot dogs once. Well,
Wait,
I basically
burger stuff hot. Wait,
Burger dog.
no, I made like cheese stuff, beef, like burger patty hot dogs.
Yeah.
You know, roll them with the cheese.
ah,
in the middle, and
okay,
then
yeah.
Grill it like a hot dog, put it in a hot
Fantastic.
dog bun.
World's not ready.
Wait,
Yeah, the world's
that-
not ready.
It's like a sausage with.
I got a picture of it. It's like
I
from,
just watched like Mo on Netflix, and he was doing the falafel tacos. You guys watch Mo on Netflix? You got to it. It's hilarious.
Never heard
What
of
is
it.
it?
I never heard of it.
Oh, it's a.
I've been watching Prison Break.
Oh, I love Prison Break.
Still?
You haven't
Dude,
finished
5
that?
seasons?
Dude, that was
No, I only have like a couple episodes. I'll finish it tonight after I'm done editing this.
Prison Break is
this
so
week.
old, but it was a good show, man. It was a good show.
I mean, I watched it like 20 years ago when it came out.
Yeah.
Growing up, but
Isn't like one of
Right.
the dudes' names Jason, right? Yeah. No.
I don't think so.
Oh, shit. Okay, I was close.
Yeah, pretty close.
I was close. It's probably John.
I don't
I've never seen it.
It's two brothers. I know that.
Yeah, Michael Schofield and Link Burrows.
Okay.
Okay.
No John.
Yeah, that's not even close.
Yeah, that's probably their actual name though. Be John. Yeah.
I'm probably thinking like John Hamm. I just watched Landman. That was a great show.
What is that?
Jeez, I know. I just like binge watch. I hardly
I
get
don't
free
watch.
time.
I watch sports.
Billy
and-
Bob Thornton is in that. He's
Adam only
hilarious.
watches The Bear over and over.
I've never watched
The
The Bear.
Bear.
I've never
You
seen
love
The
the
Bear.
bear.
I've never seen it
You
once.
love it. You can't stop
If
talking about
and
it.
when you guys come to the shop, you'll actually see I have it all over in the back. Every second counts. Like everywhere in our shop is every second counts because it's absolutely true though.
Yeah.
Like those
Yeah.
little small innuendos actually like mean something though. Like I have it everywhere.
Every
All
second
counts.
counts.
Every
You
second
gotta watch
counts.
The Bear.
You
Wait,
gotta watch the
he doesn't-
bear.
he doesn't
No, he
watch the-
actually hasn't watched it.
No, he hates it.
No, it's just I live that life. I don't want
It's too
to bring it
stressful.
home with me as
I
well.
will admit,
Okay.
I watched
Bro,
2
I was-
episodes
yeah,
and I was like,
it's-
I don't need this anxiety in my life.
Right.
All right.
All right.
I was a cop for 5 years, and I would go home and watch cops.
Yeah.
Bro. I'm like,
You'd be on
hell yeah.
Citizen, like, what's going on? Yeah.
This shit's not real.
Yeah. I'll tell you how to handle that.
Sheesh.
Yeah, you guys are out of control.
I should have been on this podcast.
All right, so your slogan is cookies cure hangovers, right?
Yes.
How'd you guys?
Honestly, I kind of like what you do, right? You're like, come here once, you never need to find it again. Like, you got to find those like funny puns. And so like, I don't remember when or where I came out with it. I can tell you though that it was based around like how we started, right? Like the nightlife scene. And so we're selling cookies to people on High Street in that middle section of like, you get to the older point of Short North and you get closer to like campus.
Yeah.
So right in the middle. And like, we just were randomly saying like cookies cure hangovers to get people to kind of buy our product. But lately what we've been saying, and it gets a laugh every time, is like, that's what Bill Nye told us, right? So it's just kind of finding those like funny puns that can help grow the brand. But it's also kind of like the image that we kind of portray, right? Like, we like to have a good time. We like to have fun. We started in the nightlife scene.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that we want to keep up, because really, like, when it comes to like a competition standpoint, there's enough cookies for everybody to sell. The only competitor that I think that we have that we compete against is Insomnia, because of our hours, right? So like, that's kind of like who I see as a competitor, just because like we do 15, 16 cookies a week. Like, we're focusing on having a lot of different variety, having ice cream, cookie sandwiches. And so I think that's who we're kind of like competing with and against, and just kind of having like the night mindset that they have.
Right.
Like, when I was in college, both of my brothers played football at OU, and every time I would go visit them, right, like, we're ordering Insomnia cookies at midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning when we get back, and it's amazing. And so like, that was the original thought that we had, but we are starting to get more diverse in the baked goods that we're bringing. And so we're going to start working with a local restaurant here to kind of make Southern desserts for them. We're going to start working with some coffee shops to put different muffins inside their coffee shops. But the original thought was, hey, you know, we're out here at night. How are we going to attract these people that are already drinking, right? Having a good time. Like, that was our original thought. And Cookies Cure Hangovers was kind of just like a slogan that came to mind. And really too, like, what we want to do, music is a big part of like who we are. And so the name of our company is actually like based off of my favorite hip hop artists, Jay-Z and B.I.G. And so like, they have a song called I Love the Dough, and that's where the name of our company actually comes from. And so we tried to name most of our cookies after like a song or an individual artist. Like, our Red Velvet is named after Mac Miller's alternative jazz band that not a lot of people know about, like Larry Lovestein and the Velvet Revivals, Red Velvet. But we really try to like embody the modern day culture of every music.
Trying
like,
to make a connection with it.
yeah, like, and that's what we love, man. Like, you'll walk by our stall, you'll hear Morgan Wallen in one song, you'll hear JC the next, you'll hear Amy Winehouse following that. Like, it's just who we are, man. We're all about like vibes and good interactions with people.
Oh yeah, I love it. Do you want to hear our like
Please.
focus group
Yes,
slogan?
I do actually.
Oh, this should be good.
Yeah.
You don't know it?
Is he making it
You
up
guys
right
don't
now?
know it?
He's making it up right
Well,
now.
we've talked about it before.
Yeah. Okay.
The first time ever released.
Here we go.
Smash Buddies, where families go to smash.
Jesus.
I think I was a little late on that. Bro, this is the first time I'm actually going to have to edit something.
I think that was a good idea.
That's great, man.
I mean,
For your Vegas
That's
location.
$100 idea at
For
least.
the Vegas location, for sure, bro. I'm all in.
bro, I got it. Hold on, one more.
Wow.
Where families go to smash.
Stop saying that.
It's those small. It might work though.
I hope it doesn't.
Wow.
Yeah, say goodbye to our garage beer sponsorship on that one.
Oh man.
I'll drink.
Shout out to Kelsey's.
No, nice.
We're not really sponsored yet, but
I mean, unofficially sponsored.
Yeah. I think we sponsored ourselves by Garage Beer, honestly.
Yeah. It's not a bad beer.
Yeah.
We got the bag.
Yeah. Cole intentionally says big instead of bag just to irritate people.
So I don't. Whatever.
Do you guys think that you'll ever bring back the food truck for like certain events? Like,
we've talked about it, and it's kind of like everything else with our business. It's what makes sense. Like if we find a good deal on a food truck, and like we have people we know who can staff it, for sure, if there's the demand. But it's like, with what we had a trailer, so we were towing it with Jared's truck, his Tundra, which we sold. So we would have to go into a bigger drivable food truck, which would be quite a bit more expensive than what we paid for our actual food truck. So it's...
But also,
there's also the issue of like
storing it.
So like a lot of if you have a restaurant that has a parking lot where you can park your food truck at your location, then it's easy. You show up at the end of the night, you offload everything into the restaurant. You don't have to re-prep or anything. It's like you can, in the morning, you give your guys a par list, and it's like, this is what we need on the food truck in the morning. Have it stacked up at this time. They're going to pick it up and run the truck. But where we're at right now in our location, we have no way to store that at our spot. So it's going to be an off-site location. So that means you're either using our cars to transport all this product over there in order to go do events, or you're getting separate deliveries at the food truck and prepping on site on the food truck to go do the events. And so at this initial location, it doesn't really make sense. But also the food truck game in Columbus has like kind of gone through the roof. So when we started June of 2023, there was like, I think we were like number 108 or something that joined the Central Ohio Food Truck Association. Yeah. And in our first year, when we essentially left, there was like 40 more trucks that were added to that. So that's a lot more trucks, and those are only the licensed trucks that are actually licensed, paying the dues.
Well, you could be licensed but not be part of COFTA as well.
Right. Those are the licensed trucks that are actually paying the dues to be a part of the association. Yeah. So there's also several other licensed trucks that aren't a part of the association. Then there's several other not licensed trucks that are just doing their thing out there. Right. But the amount of like breweries and different spots and events that are wanting food trucks are not growing as fast as the food truck community. And so that was kind of like one of the things that we looked at when is like, we can continue to do this. And like, of course, we already have our brand and our name, you know, so it's like, essentially we would want to get to a point where it's like, they know what it's like Schmitz, you know? Yeah. If anybody calls up Schmitz, you know the product, you know what you're going to get, you know, there's going to be a high demand and people are going to come. And so we would want to get our business to that point, which I think we were at the end of it. Yeah. But if we took a year off of that and then try to jump back in and try to rebuild that, it's a little tough. But what are you laughing about over there?
No, I was remembering the "Where Families Go to Smash" slogan.
No, man, but I think I was kind of telling you guys the same thing about like the farmers market like scene here in Columbus. Like, we used to get most of our business from the Dublin market. It was the largest, and it still is the largest farmers market kind of in Columbus. But Columbus as a whole, right, the city is growing. I mean, they can't find anywhere to build stuff. We just keep building up, right? Yeah. And every single city and community, which I'm appreciative of because it makes us look better as a city, but every city kind of has like a farmer's market now, to where if you were living in Hilliard, maybe you were going to the Dublin market because the Dublin market was the only one that's existence close to you. But now you got Upper Arlington, Grandview, where we're at. The Little Grand Market has a food hall on Saturdays in Grandview. And so I think that just comes with Columbus growing. And to kind of go back to you guys' location, I told you guys this a couple of days ago, but I think you guys have a great location, especially with what they have planned and kind of what's happening downtown in Columbus. It's going to take a little bit of time, but
that little bit of time is what we needed. Being a brand new, like a newborn restaurant, a newborn concept, like that little bit of time that they're doing construction is exactly what we needed to like figure out exactly who we are as a restaurant and our concept and how we're training employees, how we're doing everything. How we're, like, we didn't even come from a restaurant. you know, Adams has tons of experience, but if it weren't for him, we'd be lost in the sauce. You know, the yacht sauce. But
which is good, by the way.
Oh, fire.
Fantastic. Yeah.
I feel like we got to have like a bottle of yacht sauce here while we're doing the podcast.
Put it like right there.
Yeah.
Take a little
yacht shots.
yacht shot. Jesus.
That could be a thing. Put it on like a Bloody Mary.
No, that's
like
what.
mix.
Yeah, we're talking about doing. If we ever open, because we've talked about like opening up a bar on our side.
Yeah.
You know, like in our restaurant, and adding some more liquor and that kind of stuff. But we have all sorts of ideas. But like one of them is coming up with our own like shot. You take the shot, you get a cool like foam hat. Hot pink foam hat or whatever. I don't know.
That's one of the most relaxing sounds in the world. I mean, just crack it open.
Anyone?
I'm still working on my coffee.
Good.
It's good coffee.
5 minutes, maybe for sure.
That's Mexican coffee, you said?
Yeah, Mexican coffee.
Nice.
Mexican hot chocolate.
What is? So is the mint Oreo your favorite cookie that you guys make, or what's your go-to?
So if I'm gonna eat a cookie that we make right now, the Mexican hot chocolate is kind of what I gravitate towards. We haven't brought it out since the opening weekend. I don't know why, but I like the yin yang as well, which is why I think you like the Mexican hot chocolate, because what we do is we take our chocolate chip base, but we mix it with our triple chocolate chip base. And our triple chocolate chip base does not have cinnamon in it. So I think the cinnamon from the dark cocoa, and we use Ghirardelli dark cocoa, I think when you combine like cinnamon, which isn't traditionally mixed with like a dark chocolate, it just kind of almost enhances the flavor. Yeah. And we use pink sea salt to kind of bring that out
but
too.
All that draws out your flavor.
So I would say Mexican hot chocolate, the Oreo peanut butter chip is still my baby. Like that is the cookie that I can eat every day, all day. And really though, my favorite cookie, which we don't have now, it's kind of a fall cookie, is pumpkin snickerdoodle. That cookie is fantastic. I mean, it has like almost 6 or 7 spices in it. So it's nice. It's unique. It's unique. And really what we try to do is, since I have like a savory background, I try to incorporate like unique flavors into the cookies that we make. So that's why we mess around with like smoked sea salt. Within the next couple of weeks, I'm going to bring out a smoked sea salt chocolate chip with bacon in it. Ooh. And so like I'll make my own bacon bits. I'll render out the fat and chop them up. And it's just unique. Yeah. And that's what we really try to specialize in. It's just having a lot of unique flavors. I think that's what separates us a little bit.
So you said you have like 16 cookies a week. Is there like a core 5 that you have every day?
Yeah. I think it's maybe 6 or 7. And so we do chocolate chip, we do M&M chocolate chip, cookies and cream, we do red velvet, banana cream pudding, Oreo peanut butter chip, and the Buckeye.
Those are all your core.
Yeah, I guess that's 7 staples.
Hey, that's good. Do you find people that come in and only eat the same one?
Yeah, honestly. And so one of our OG fans, I mean, like, this couple has been rocking with us since Dublin Market. They only buy 1 cookie. They come in, they buy 6 every single weekend. And they've been doing it for 4 years, man. It's the Oreo peanut butter chip. Yeah. They will come in every single weekend, and I still charge them the OG price too. It's like that's what kind of makes us happy. Right. It's like you've been rocking with us for 4 years with the exact same cookie, and you love it still, right? And I think that's kind of what like drives the passion. Like probably similar to you guys. I love baking. I love making cookies. But the thing that kind of like I hate is like cleaning, right? Like the whole cleaning aspect. When someone tells you your product is good, it's just like, I'm going to scrub a little harder now, you know? Like it's just kind of
care a little more.
It's working.
Yeah.
It's working.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So
now we post, so like every single time we get a review on Google, you know, when someone leaves like a good review on there, we post it on our Instagram as fast as I can. Sometimes it takes a day or so, but typically when someone posts something like that, and I've said this over and over, like it means a lot to us as being a small business. And it's like not just being a small business of like owners that don't care. Like we have a bunch of employees doing everything. Like we're there every single day actually making the burgers. Yeah. You know, like we are the ones, the 3 of us are there. When we got a couple guys that help us out. We're growing our team right now because the demand's growing. But like for us, we're there every day. We're putting in the hours, we're putting in the sweat to like make this happen. And whenever anybody compliments the burgers, or like they make an Instagram post, or they make a give us a Google review or anything else like that, it hits home, you know. And it's like all those small things, like we clean things as best we can possibly clean them. We prep things as best we can possibly prep them. And it's like we care about every single little aspect of that. And then when you see somebody tries it and they're like, this is fantastic, best burger I've ever had, like it hits home, you know. You're like, we're doing all that extra work that we're doing, caring, which seems crazy, but it's like we actually care. If our lettuce is brown, we're not serving it.
Right.
We're gonna do new lettuce.
But that comes with the ownership, being hands-on and being there and on-site and seeing it and observing, but also doing it. And if you're not there, how are you going to know if it's done right? My mind goes crazy when I'm not at work and something's supposed to be getting done. Not necessarily here, because it's a lot more controlled here, but other places that, like, I rely on someone else for my prep, and then I go to grab something and it's done wrong. And it's like, well, now this makes me look bad because I can't do my job because they didn't do theirs.
I mean, people ask me all the time still, like, you haven't outsourced your baking yet? I'm like, no.
Not a chance.
Not a chance. I'm still the one making every single batch, like, from scratch. And
where do you get your bacon from?
It's my grandmother, honestly. The base recipe.
Did you say bacon?
Bacon or baking?
Bacon.
Oh, were you saying bacon?
Baking.
Bacon or bacon?
Both.
BACON.
Oh, my bacon? Carfagnas, but Carfagnas is a great meat.
I feel like we're on different levels of the same conversation.
Yeah, I know, but my baking, I get. Oh, hey, bro, I love food. We go back and forth all day.
My grandma's got a hog farm.
Yeah, you know,
that's what's like.
It's farm to
damn,
table,
who's
baby.
your grandma? We gotta drop us a link.
Farm to table, baby. No, but I do get all my meat from Carfagnas. Shout out them. But the baking, honestly, I get from my grandmother's. Like, it's big, especially like in the Black community for like soul food and like having like pound cakes and different types of like banana desserts. And so that's really where I get like a lot of my bacon from. And I actually stole the base recipe, or borrowed, right?
Yeah, borrowed with
we're
permission.
family. Yeah, we're absolutely family. But the base chocolate chip recipe I actually get from my grandmother. And so really it's just like taking that and expanding on it. But then also, like, probably similar to you guys, like staying true to your brand. And still, we try to use all local Ohio ingredients, from butter to, we use cage-free brown local Ohio eggs. We partner with Johnson's for our ice cream. And it's because we love where we are. I think Columbus is such a great city. And people say that we're already like big and growing, but I've been here a while, and like we're on the cusp of getting really big. And I think that we have a chance to kind of like be something in this city. And so taking everything to heart, even like the cane sugar we use is imported from Mexico, like not basic ingredients. I say it all the time. People laugh, but I think we're a bougie cookie company. We use high quality ingredients in everything that we make because we want to have the same bite from the first to the last.
Right? Yeah. We kind of went through the same thing, I think, with our burgers, where a lot of people are like, oh, yeah, you just use buns and beef and cheese. It's pretty easy, right? And we're like, no. Like, we went through, like, several different types, brands, styles of cheese before we found the cheese that we're like, this is the one we like. Mm-hmm. And this is what best complements the burger. And same with the beef, the bun, and everything else. And so it's like, everything going down the line is not just something that just happened,
right?
Because it's like, we need a bun. Can you give us a bun? It's like, no, we wanted the best bun.
Yeah.
You know, we found what works best for our burger that's not too big, not too small. As long as it's consistent. Current issue we're running into.
Hey, a little personal issue.
No, they just
that struck a nerve. Go ahead, Adam.
It's okay, man.
Yeah, buns,
consistency.
Our buns, we can't even get them consistent. They're like a national brand. It's like, how do you have this business that either they're raw or they're burnt or they're an inch too small? They're never too. I don't think they've ever been too big.
No, that'd be too hard.
They're like come in. It's like almost like a slider bun. Like, we're serving this giant smash burger that hangs off. Like, it's just like, come on, man, get it together.
Hey, we could put up a little photo of the ones that we have.
So
get it together.
The different.
There's nothing wrong with misproportioned buns, man. All buns are equal.
No, but when we're trying to drive.
Hold on, I got a sound effect for that.
Should have hit your drums.
Cut that.
Who let him in control of this? Those buttons.
Self-appointed.
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 Okay, so you
He's
guys
the only one dumb enough to do it.
mentioned too, though, right? You might want to have like a beer on the other side. So I guess talk to me a little bit about that. Like, you guys totally have a space to where like I would come chill. Like, are you thinking kind of like classic cocktails? Like, what's your like vision behind like having a bar, right? Because you got to create a vibe for the bar.
Yeah. So
Is it sports? Can I watch football on Sunday?
Well, there's a full speakeasy behind us. The Speakeasy 614 on Instagram if you guys want to check it out. But there's a full speakeasy behind us. One of the things we've been looking at is adding like a full bar in our front of house.
Yep.
So where you order and everything, and changing that, because like currently we do garage beer and high noons. We're very limited, but that's kind of what we wanted to do with. You know, we do limited beers, limited burgers. You know, we do a few things, we do it right, and it's very simple. You know what you're going to get every time. And so we've talked about opening up our front bar and adding some sort of like a liquor option, but we're still in like the early phase of that, if that's what we want to do. But honestly, like right now, business has been taken off to a point where we're just trying to keep up. So we're hiring people. We're redoing our whole kitchen right now.
Yeah.
Because like what's really important to us is like consistency, but also the time that it takes for food to get out. So if we double our customer base in the next month, we don't want to just be having the same consistent product and then it's like a 30-minute wait for a burger. We want to have the same consistent product, and it's the same 5-minute wait for a burger, you know? And so that's what we aim for, is like 5-6 minutes from when you order, your food's coming out. And so that's where we're going, and we're currently in the phase right now of we're upgrading our whole kitchen to where we're going to change that around. But coming into summer in our 1 year, because like this month has been 0 degrees, cold, and everything else snowy, and it's tough for every
60 today though,
but,
baby. 60 today.
Yeah,
What's
I
it?
should have been
Yeah,
golfing.
it was like
it was
60
60.
degrees today. It was.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, my wife opened the door and I was like, "Why am I here? I should be on the golf course."
Yeah.
No reason for me to be at home with my kids today.
Jeez,
I love golfing. I only golf once though.
You went one time.
You
and
have plenty of
loved it?
time to
I
get
love
out
it,
there
man.
and learn to
So
hate
like, I grew up playing like Tiger Woods, the video game, but like I never got out there. Like I've been to driving ranges a lot, but last year we took a trip to Anguilla, and it was a company trip for my full-time job. But that was the first time I golfed. Like was there, and one of the sales guys, he actually golfed in college, and he's like a golf trainer now, and just kind of like golfing with him. I loved it, man. I had fun. I think like my claim to fame, I had a par on a par 4. I won't talk about my overall score.
Yeah,
Hey, we don't need to know about
that one hole is what gets you to come back to the course.
You want to know what I spent a lot of money on? Those ball boys that just go in the woods and find golf balls and sell it back to you. Oh my goodness, I lost so many balls.
That's the thing. How much they get paid? I'll do that.
Yeah, no, for sure. You guys ever? So like there, man. I'm telling you, like I probably spent $40
side job here
on balls, like to start, and I'm awful. And so the cart guys, they would ride around and they're just like kind of like it's almost like they're selling drugs to you. I swear they'll like,
hey, I got the title.
Yeah, you want a Callaway?
And they pull it out. And it's like used golf balls that are like $5 for 3. I'm like, okay. Okay.
That should be good for a hole. We're gonna follow this guy right
Yeah,
now.
no, for sure,
crazy.
man. That was the first time I actually learned about like the mobile bar at like golfing.
Oh yeah.
Oh my
Well,
goodness.
that's stuff.
Now I know why golfing takes like 4 to 5 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. It depends. If you play at a golf course that doesn't have that,
Yeah.
the cart girls,
Yep.
bringing you drinks, you typically will play a little quicker.
I see the logic behind that.
Yeah. All right. Have you heard of the Ohio Food and Restaurant? I think it's the Ohio Restaurant and Hospitality Association now. They just changed their name.
I have
So
not.
it's like the ORHA or whatever. So we joined up with that last year when we were in the food truck, because coming from us, like we were in a food truck, we wanted to go to a restaurant. And before, they used to be called the ORA, Ohio Restaurant Association. And basically it's like a massive connection point for all the restaurant owners in Ohio. And so you buy in, it's you know, X amount a year, and they connect you with every other restaurant. you get everything from like legal advice to all this other stuff, right?
Yeah.
So they also do. This is what sold us. Like we're suckers for golf, bro. So this is what
Is this
sold
an
us.
ad right now?
Oh, dude, it is.
It's totally an ad.
It's a cult, bro. It's like,
It's the
like,
referral
just
fee.
drink the Kool-Aid. But no, they sold us where it's like they do once a year. They do like a golf outing, and it's like $400 a person to go.
Yeah.
It's a little steep, but they're like, hey man, you sign up for this, you get 2 free tickets.
All this networking.
Yeah, and we're like, well, hell, there's only 2 of us, so it's like we both go for free. It's the New Albany Country Club. Country Club is where it was this year, and so we signed up for it last year, and like for us, it was all about building, connections with all these other restaurants and everything else. So that way, as we go into, we didn't realize we were going to go into a restaurant so soon.
Yeah.
But like, for us, it was like building connections with all these people. So that way, when we're ready to get to that point of like going into building a restaurant, building a brick and mortar, we'd have those connections and we could start talking to people and reaching out and be like, hey, what do you think about this? What do you think about this? And, to kind of, from 2 guys who've never been from the industry, it was a prime opportunity for us to learn from the experts and the people, not only experts, but people who've been there and done that,
Right.
And that's like huge. Like right now, if we went right now and talked to ourselves 6 months ago, it would be like a 5-hour conversation. And we're like, listen, you dumb fuck.
Whoa.
Beep.
Cut that.
I got to get quicker on that. But, it'd be like, listen, these are the things that you're going to run into, which like we have no idea. It's like you don't pay attention to certain things because you don't know. Right. And so when we joined up with the ORA, because that was kind of our sole intent, is like we can start ORHA now, but you can talk to people who have been there and done that, and you get anything that we can learn. And it's the same thing why we brought Adam on, is because we learned from him from the beginning. And there was so many things that he helped us out on that literally changed the trajectory. What did I say? Yeah, trajectory.
You had it the second time.
Yeah, I mean,
you had it the second time.
A couple syllables.
You came
were in
back
there.
strong. You came back strong.
He changed the trajectory of like our business and the direction we're going, right? Because if you're just going with no idea of what you're doing, I can't reach over there. But if you have no idea what you're doing,
yeah,
you're just off in the woods trying to figure it out by yourself.
But you're just waiting for a problem to occur.
That team that you build is important.
Yeah, when you have somebody who's been there and done that, and they're like, "Listen, guys, I know because of this experience, like this is what you need to do." It will literally change the whole way you operate. And so we were talking about golf, and I kind of jumped in this whole tangent about the ORA. But
no, I've been here the whole time.
Yeah, it's been honestly, it's been great. But check out the ORHA because they got a golf outing. If you like golfing, and this is what started me on this whole thing. We're talking about cart girls bringing around drinks.
Yeah,
it's $400. It's
dangerous.
Like $400 a person. But I think we drank them out of Tito's last time.
Oh
yeah,
100%.
Yeah, no,
it was no easy task. They had a lot.
Yeah, no, it was definitely a fun time. We paid for our drinks, but that was like a work trip, so you just expense that shit. It was really good. It was really fun.
Right off.
Oh yeah, 100%. So what's the burger of the week this week?
Adam.
Oh yeah.
Please tell me.
All right, so we're bringing back one that we already had. It's called the Bar Burger, bacon avocado ranch. 3 things that I said we weren't putting on burgers.
Bacon avocado ranch, okay.
And they're all coming on the same one. So it's a double smash patty.
Where do you get your bacon from?
Falter's Fine Meats.
My grandma.
It's actually down
the
on
only place that does bacon right.
Yeah, they do.
The old-fashioned way.
So it's a company that's been around since the 1800s.
Okay.
My buddy's 5th generation. He runs the operation down on Green Lawn. You know where the softball fields are, the Berliner?
Yeah.
It's right across from there.
Okay.
So it's a double smash patty. Was it yellow and white American cheese?
Oh yeah.
Red or tomato,
lettuce,
shredded
bacon.
lettuce, Falter's thick cut bacon, and a house made buttermilk avocado ranch. That is.
How can I ever go on a diet? I don't think it's worth it to go on a diet.
Honestly,
you can come join the staff and you can
our
just do a
burgers
bunch of
would
R&D
be like
burgers.
a step up from eating cookies all day.
Honestly, I kind of have to agree with that potentially.
Until we do the cookie burger.
But
That's going to be good. I'm telling you. Somehow we're going to make it fantastic.
yeah, people have been asking us to do the like glazed donut burger. I don't know if you've seen that.
Yeah, I have. I've actually had that before.
I think it'd be really messy.
How was that experience?
It had it in Vegas. It wasn't good at all. I think it's more of a breakfast thing.
Do they give you gloves?
No, it's an Instagram thing. You can take a photo of it. Like, there's a.
To be fair, we started from an Instagram thing.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah.
But we got to
was-
draw the line somewhere. And like glazed donut for buns,
I'm okay with regular buns. Throw some peanut butter and bacon on that burger. I would eat that, no problem.
Some pickles.
I don't know about the pickles.
That's what Elvis did.
I love. Did he put pickles?
No,
on
he didn't
it?
put-
No,
He put
didn't.
pickles on it.
No,
yeah.
he did
Bacon
not.
on it.
Look it up. Pull out a phone.
It's,
Pull out a phone. Someone pull out a phone.
it's
Ain't no-
2025. You can
Yeah.
find out anything.
Fact check that.
I'm gonna ask ChatGPT
Yeah,
right now.
Deep Seek.
Okay, let's see.
Here we go. We're into it now.
Well, we're not doing it, whatever it is.
I feel like we got to get the Jeopardy like sound effect on here.
No.
Yeah, we got Adam.
All right, let's see.
So yeah, that's gonna be the burger of the week. It did pretty well the last time we ran it, and it's like really fresh. It's like
Yeah, I tell people this is
it's
the
a good
burger.
transition from the pizza burger to the bacon
right,
avocado
right,
range
right.
because it's like
Ooh, yeah, it's nice. It's calm.
it's calm.
Relaxing. That's what I tell people. This is the burger that you would want to eat if you're sitting on a beach in like Miami. It's hot. You don't want to eat like something heavy. Just like a nice, cool, delicious burger.
Was that
That's the
right?
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Snap. Hold on.
Pow, 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 pow.
All right. I think it's time we wrap this thing up.
Let's do it.
We're an hour and a half in.
Loren,
Minus a break.
It's
So
been a pleasure.
Good hacks.
I think this has been our longest cast too.
yeah. Freshest,
Possibly.
most longest.
Yeah.
Let's hit it with that outro music.
Loren, thanks, brother.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Cheers, boys.
Later, babies.
Smash you later.